in an organization. Management is important to any level in an organization, whether the board of directors level or just those in charge of production or in marketing or in finance. Any aspect of an organization needs management. Now, in other words, whatever position you find yourself in an organization, you will feel the presence of management. Those that practice management by carrying out the functions of management are called managers. That's another thing. Oh, that is another thing. Okay, please give me 1 minute. All
Properties.
right, man. When is your,
Use
let me
of
know the day you are
purpose.
presenting. Okay, please give me 1 minute. I'm in a class now, though. So let me know the day you are presenting. So I'll schedule a meeting. So you do it, and I'll ask you some of those questions you normally post to students. All right. So, sorry. What did you say? I'm with you now.
No, I'm reading out the
Okay.
definition of
So
managers.
that is what a manager is. Anyone that carries out the function of management in an organization is a manager. Let's ask it to. That is why I said that
Okay.
most of your answers will either be manager or management. But look at this one now. It's not just manager, they are managers. S is there. Oh. This question, students used to fail it in the exam and it's very cheap. Hmm? Managers new, not manager. Mhm. They need to understand it and appreciate it so that they can have depth of what they are doing. Without this, their effort become shallow and haphazard. Now, another thing, which is the deep part, the aim of all managers, whether a senior
Please, sorry, please, can you bring it down a little? Please,
for
can you bring it down a little?
of manager or what, is it?
Yes, the managers.
Mm, it's not something hard. You just need to recall those who carry out the function of management in an organization. That is the main thing. That is what or who a manager is. Carry out the function of management in an organization. They are called managers.
Okay.
Mm. So the D part saying the aim of all managers, whether a senior manager or a junior one, is the same. It is to make surplus or what some people call profit. This is a question in example. We say the aim of managers in an organization is to dash, make profit. You want the organization to make profit. You know that that example we cited the other time about yourself owning a business. If you have been managing it, what is your aim of going to shop every day and be managing your thing? You want to make profit so that that profit will realize, it will keep on adding up until you realize your goal of the business, which is to double by the next year. You understand? That is the idea of profit. Now, making surplus demands that the right decisions are made so that the resources available to an organization are used without wastage. You see, the summary of this whole course, this course we're talking about, without you wasting time trying to cram anything, just know that it is all about overseeing
Management.
the activities of human being in an organization, how they use the resources available to them in that organization, how they use it effectively to achieve the aim of that organization, which is to make profit. It's as simple as that. People working together, following some rules, using the resources available, that is the things you are working with in the office, whether electronic, whether raw materials, depending on the company, all the resources available for you in the office, managing them effectively to produce results that the company want. It's just like making sure everybody does what he or she was employed to do. So this course is a very sweet course that even a layman that If you have some men that are not even that they're not even going to school at all, but they are very skilled in managing things. And if you even ask them some of these questions that will come out in your exam, they even answer it and they don't go to the course. So it's not a course that should scare you. It's straightforward. It's something you are seeing around you every day. It's something you yourself you are doing every day. If you are not managing your wardrobe every day well enough, eh, your wardrobe would have been full of dirty clothes by now. In fact, some clothes would have been there dirty for 2, 3 years. Why? You are not
Yeah.
managing. Because you are not managing the wardrobe. So even you yourself, you are a manager in one way or the other. That is one reason defining or giving a precise definition of management or manager is very hard. It cuts across almost all human, not even almost, because this material says it cuts across all human activities. All human activities. Now, all resources have values, and the values are always expressed in monetary terms, in naira and kobo, in our own Nigeria standard here. Now, consequently, when you are making use of organizational resources, you are spending money. You are working in an office that demands that you work with computers. The office provided the computers there. They provided the light that you use, the electricity you use to connect the computer. They provided the comfort like AC in the office, the rocking chair, the standard table, and the printer and everything is there. All of those things we are seeing there, they have value and their value is money. As you are using them, you are doing what? You are spending the money of the organization. That is what this statement means. So it's not only when your boss give you 100,000 to go and do something that you are spending the money of the organization. All those resources are available for you in the office that you are using. You are spending the resources, the resources of that organization, and it is valued to money. All of them actually they are valued to money. Now, but the money is being spent because you want to get a revenue, which is also expressed in naira and kobo. Now, you are pressing that system, you connect to light, you are using the electricity and everything provided by the organization. Why? Because you want to make money for the organization. So you are using their money to make money for them. Hope you get that. It's a kind of analogy or something. Now, but the
Oh,
eh?
yes, yes, I'm listening.
Okay, but the manager needs to find out whether the amount he is receiving is more than the amount of money that he is spending. That is the work of a manager.
Okay.
Yes. What it means is that if the comfort, hmm, if the comfort that is provided to you by that organization, let's say that your office is worth 1 million naira, and you are making just 10,000 naira for the company in the month, they will soon pursue that person away. You understand? Imagine you working under a comfort of 1 million naira every month. Hmm? Okay, let's say what they use to keep you running, hmm, in that office. For that your office to remain working every month, let's say the management are spending they are spending the sum of 200,000 on your AC, on your whatever, and all those stuff that they are using to keep you comfortable in the office. Hope you are getting my logic. Then
Yes.
the work you are doing for them, the income is the income that the work is bringing for them is just 20,000.
Tips.
No, let's not even say 50. You are bringing income of 20,000. They are spending 200,000 on you every month. That one is not even plus your salary. You know, let's say you are receiving 180 as salary. That means they are maintaining you with 380,000 every month. You are giving them 20,000. You know that there is a problem. So it's possible. What I've just said now is possible if there is no manager in that company. Everybody is just doing what they like. You understand? So maybe there are work you're
Yes.
supposed to be doing, or there are effort you're supposed to be putting, but you're not putting because you just felt that nobody will cook my talk, nobody. So now you put yourself in that situation. You won't be productive. Let me not be using you. So the person will not be productive. That is work of a manager, to make sure that what they are receiving is what they are giving out. Are we making sense now?
Yes.
Now,
So
if contrary is the case, which means if what I have just said now, that what they are spending on you is more than what you are giving them in revenue through your work, it means the organization is making loss. There is no two way about it. That is just the meaning. It just means that the organization is losing.
direction loss.
Yes, they are losing a lot of resources. So this is dangerous because if that should continue, imagine you continue like that. If the company's worth is 50 billion and they are wasting, okay, they are maintaining the person with 380. The person is giving them 20,000. That means they are losing 360 every month. And even if the company's worth is 50 billion, if you should work for them for 10 years, the company will be run down by just one staff. Now imagine that we have 10 staff members in that organization, and all of them are doing the same thing. It means in 5 years, the company is no longer in existence. That is one of the reasons why you see some companies come into space today, and for lack of management, after 2-3 years, they fold up. So management is very key to organization. That is what we are saying. In a non-profit organization, now you know that what you are saying now is for those of you that are working to earn money for profit. What are the dangers of the absence of management in a non-profit organization like churches, clubhouse, where there is no need to make profit? Even clubhouses for making profit, Joe. Let's talk about maybe motherless babies home. In social, there are some social clubs actually that are not like a clubhouse like that. Now, let's see the danger of lack or the absence of management in non-profit organization. Efficiency in the use of resources is also demanded. Remember, we have earlier agreed that management is practiced both in profit and non-profit organization. Even though profit through surplus is not supposed to be emphasized in the non-profit making organization, they should at least break even. You might have heard of the word break-even point. It is the point, simply put, where your revenue is equal to the amount of money being spent. Do you know what that means? Shebi, you
No.
are a Yoruba person.
Yes.
The meaning of break-even in companies or in terms of money or anything is tí iye tí mò ń rí tó bá equal iye tí mò ń ná. Your salary is 180,000 and everything you are spending in 1 month is 180,000. You are at break even. You understand? You are at what? Break even point. That means
Yes.
no profit, no loss. You understand? So any organization or individual running at break even is an individual that is neither making profit nor losing anything. Now, do you know why it is dangerous in non-profit organization too? Let's take, for instance, a motherless baby's home that maybe they have a monthly supply from charity, from people who just walk in, from sources. Everything they receive in a month, let's say it's 10 bags of rice, and they have 200, children there that they are nursing or taking care of. Let's now assume, no, that 10 bags of rice become their resources there. Their own, they are not selling it. Like they want to make money from it. They are actually going to consume it. Is that not so? Because they are non-profit organization. What if they started cooking half bag of rice every day. Just look at it, oh. Not because the children can finish it, oh, but for lack of management. Some of the cook just feel like, hey, pour half bag of rice. They should be able to finish it. Then they pour a half bag of rice, and by the time the children have eaten and they are all filled up, they are all full, it happens that what they are going to pour away as leftover is almost, let's say, 5 Congo of rice. If they do that for 10 days, and then they continue for 15 days, what happened? From the 20-something of that month, they will start starving. They will starve because they had the resources that could have sustained them more than, in fact, throughout the month, and they will still have something remaining, but they mismanaged it. I hope you are seeing the picture clearly now.
Yes.
That is why a non-profit organization too, they must have management. Their own management is not because they want to make profit, but so that they don't waste their resources so much that even if they are not having savings, that is surplus, they should be at break even, which means in the case of this motherless babies home that I'm using, or orphanage home, if they are not having surplus, like the bag of rice is not remaining after the month, at least what people, the revenue they generated, the resources that people contributed for them in the month, should be able to carry them till the last day of the month, even though if it's on the last day of the month, there will be nothing remaining. That is break even. The purpose why people contributed the monthly is to carry them through the month. So if it carried them to 30th or 31st of a month and nothing is left, they are at break even. That is what this material is trying to say, that they should be able to maintain that level even if they are not having surplus. And they can only do that if there is management. Let's go to the E part. Management is concerned with productivity. These are things you should learn. You see, I keep saying, do you know that? I know you later come back and tell me. Most of your answer, I will repeat again, will either be it will always be something around management. It's just manage. That is what most of the questions used to be on. Now, this demand, because the whole material is only talking about element of management. You understand? We are all dealing with management here, nothing else. Now, this is because, okay, no, we have jumped something. Managing is concerned with productivity. This demands creating something that is of value to the customers. But the higher the volume of production, the better for the management. This is because with increased volume, the unit cost of the product is going to be lower. You understand? Do you know that if you are producing, maybe you are making liquid soap. I don't know if you have an idea of it. Maybe you are making liquid soap, and the total you are able to sell out in a week is 100 bottles. Then it happened that you decided to visit one new market, and the demand became high, that you are now, for you to meet that demand, you need to be producing 300 bottles. Do you know that it has more benefit for you? Why? Because before, the ingredients you are buying, you are going to retail shop to buy it. The ingredients you will need for 300 bottles, you will need to go to where they are selling in wholesale. So if Mama Sade in the area is selling 1 Congo of the ingredients, the major ingredients you are using, to you at 5,000, for instance, and then the sack is just maybe 40,000. Let's just assume, I'll just assume it, which means The rate at which Iya Shade is selling it to you, she's selling the bag 80,000 to you. But now that your own production has increased, buying it in Mama Shade's hand in fact, the whole thing she has in her shop is not even enough for what you want to do. It will now move you to going to the direct source to get it, which will be cheaper. Now you got it at 40,000, what you would have gotten at 80,000. Do you see that your cost of production has reduced now? And you even make more soap with it. That's what they're trying to say here. When management is in place and the company begins to grow, the higher the quantity of things you are producing, the lower the cost of production. That is how it works. The higher the quantity of what you are producing, the lower the cost of production is likely to become. I have one principle. If I want to buy things in the house, and that is why a lot of my things used to get spoiled. Because sometimes when we go many days without light, burning for every day is somehow challenging. So if I go to market now, I want to buy just plantain. I don't buy those ones that they will cut to 4 of. Is it for how many? They cut and say 2,000. I go for the bunch. I may buy 2 bunch. So when I get the 2 bunches and bring it home, the unripe one. Sometimes when I calculate, sometimes I may just buy it for maybe 6,000. The 2 will be 12,000. But when you calculate it at the rate of the 4 that those people they are selling it, sometimes it runs into 32,000, 30 something thousand. That is, and you see people that they say rich people, they have one logic. They buy things in pack. If an ordinary man see a rich man taking bottled water now, he'll say, big man, 300. It's 300 that man holds in his hand like that. Whereas in the house of the rich man that is buying in pack, the pack is just 2,000 naira or even 1,900 in some places. You have 12 inside, which means the rich man is buying it less than 150. So if you know the logic of buying things in bulk, I know the major challenge most people have is the money, but it's always better you buy things in bulk. It has a lower rate. That is the idea they are trying to pass here. So let's leave all of this. Now, all these costs are there, whether you are producing just one unit. Okay, now they are trying to explain that, and I've explained it with examples, but let's see the explanation in this place. This is because with increased volume, the unit cost of the product is going to be lower. And this is so because there are 2 main types of costs: the fixed cost and what is known as variable cost. The fixed cost